What is up, everybody? The Hunter GT, and here we are on this beautiful Sunday morning at this abandoned, well, I guess it's not abandoned, people work here, but it's no longer a school. This is quite an old school. It is on a map from 1952 that I saw, an old map of Rocky Ford. That's where we're at, Rocky Ford, Colorado. So I detected back here for about 10 minutes the other day. I found a wheat penny as like my first second find. I found like a junk object or two, and then bam, wheat penny. So I packed everything up, got in the car, and said I can't hunt this without the Huntress. So here we are this morning, Sunday morning. The clouds are up in the sky. It's a little chilly this morning. She's got her gold bug with her 10 by 5 inch coil, her new coil. It's her second day using it. Broke it out on Friday, and then this is her second day. We like it so far. It's pretty good. She loves her little 5 inch coil, but I was always thinking, you need something with a little more coverage. So this thing will probably give you a good inch of depth more, not too much. It's still only a 5 inch wide coil, but you should get a little bit more depth and quite a bit more coverage area. So here is the old baseball field right here. So we'll be detecting part of this, and the field goes way out there, and then on the other side out here you can see the basketball courts over there. Here's a big concrete platform here, and all sorts of field for us to detect. So I walked in the door, I knocked the other day while they were there. I said, hey, I know you guys are all here working, do you mind if I detect? And he said, hey man, from what I understand, the city owns this, it's public property, there's no rules on metal detecting. Have fun, buddy. So I was hunting here, I found that wheat penny, I said, well, I gotta go. I'm coming back with the Huntress. So here we are. So she is rocking her gold bug. I am rocking the Technetics T2 Classic with the 11 inch coil here today. I will get you guys some tones today. We'll go tone crazy today and dig crazy. I'll show you the IDs on just about every target I dig, and trying out a new pointer here today. Let's look in the bag here. We have the old Garrett right here, and where is it? Let's look around here for a second. There it is. Look at that. The macro pointer. Craig from Show Me Treasure sent that to me. He said, John, I want you to try this out. Check it out for a couple weeks and see if you like it. If you like it, I'll sell it to you. If you don't, send it back, and you don't have to buy it if you don't want it. But so far so good. I haven't had it in the dirt. This will be the initial trial run with the macro pointer here, and I air tested it, played around with it on the couch, and in my hand with coins and whatnot, and so far so good. I really like it. Seems to work well. Distance on the coin was pretty good. So as always though, this is what matters right here in the dirt. So if you are looking at getting a new pointer, a new Technetics T2, if you're looking at getting some Fisher products like the Gold Bug, I'm not sure if he carries the Gold Bug in stock, but I'm sure he can nab you one no problem. He carries stuff from Bounty Hunter, Fisher, Technetics, Macro. Obviously he carries these as well. Detector Pro. He has all sorts of stuff. Go hit up the website, www.showmetreasure.com. You're going to hit up the contact link up top, and you're going to fill it out and say, hey Craig, the Hunter GT and the Huntress GT, they sent you over here to the website. They said you're a rad dude and you can hook me up with a deal. And that's exactly what's going to happen. Enough babbling. As always, let's hunt this old school and see what we can pull. Hey, see, I made a rhyme. School, pool, pull, pull. It's not really pool, pull. Does that rhyme? School, pull? Nah, it's close enough. I guess pool would be school, but
good enough.
If I just mispronounce it and make a rhyme, that's all I need to do.
You're not a rapper.
I'm not a rapper. White boys can rap.
Only your daughter.
Don't make me a metal detecting rap. Make me a rap video on YouTube. Million views right away. Million views. Retire. Gold chain around my neck.
Give it a whirl.
Let's go find some coins. Get back to reality. Alright, first find of the day. There it is. Nothing great. 1980 penny. It was down pretty good. About 4 inches. 5 inches right there next to the trowel. So it's pretty wet. As you can see, there is dew all over the ground. Well, it's not dew, it's because the sprinklers were just out, so it is pretty soaked. It's actually muddy, pretty muddy dig here. So try to find a couple more here in this nice grass area right up by the main door. Then we're gonna go hit up the field and the baseball diamond and see what we can get. Well, look at that. Yeah, it just popped out of the hole. But it is so light and it's ringing up high 80s. So it's like costume jewelry. It's just cheap. You can tell where it's scratched right there. And but boy, when it came out of the hole, I was like, oh boy, I got a gold ring. It's so big it rang high as almost up in the silver range. So yeah, there it is. It was a little bouncy. But I thought it was actually a copper penny or a dime. It was 81.80, so right above zinc. And I was like, well, it's got to be, and there's a zinc right here, I want to say. So try to take that, or maybe this was it, and the other one's right there. Maybe I got confused. So anyways, there it is. Pretty cool. Not real gold, unfortunately. My heart skipped a beat for a second. I even told Huntress, I said, oh, shit, I got a ring, huh? She said, oh my god, cool, baby. And then I was like, oh, never mind. It's fake. It's not real gold. On to the next. The Huntress just nabbed herself a 64 penny. So we are in the silver range with that. 64 is the last year that they made silvers, I believe. I want to say that's the truth. Alright.
Cool.
Cool. Let's find some more.
Let's do it.
I think I have a quarter. I think I have something in my throat. Alright, there we go. Let's walk around it. 360. Pretty solid 90. Let's pinpoint. So right there, 4 inches. Let's go ahead and dig it and see what we got. Alright, well, it was definitely a quarter. Nothing new or anything. A 94 quarter. But the pro pointer is working pretty good. Not pro pointer, the macro pointer. So right there, got a good inch away from it. Inch and a half away on high, so and get right up on it, really let you know. So pretty cool little pointer. I'm liking it so far. No issues with it at all finding the objects. So that is what I don't like. When you turn it off, it beeps 6 times, no matter whether you're in vibrate mode or the beep mode or a combination vibrate and beep. The speaker's right here, so I think I'm gonna just put a piece of tape over it or something like that, so when I turn it off it's not so annoying. I actually like to run in vibrate mode sometimes if it's real early in the morning or at a city park and a lot of people around. I run the pointer in vibrate mode. Her Carrot, her orange one there that she has in her hand, it also has a vibrate only mode that you can set it to, so it's not so loud in the early morning or at a public area. But anyways, there it is. It was a quarter. On to the next. Well, the Huntress just found this sprocket thingy, and she actually she sang the Jetsons song. I said, are you going to sing that on YouTube? She said, I will absolutely not. I said, come on, sing it again on camera. She said, no. But there it is. It is like a Jetson sprocket looking thing. On to the next. Alright, got another target here. Might be a nickel, might be a pull tab, who knows. I got it dissed up to 55, sensitivity is at 90, it's super quiet, running 3 tones as always. So pretty solid 57, 58 there. Let's dig it and see what it is. We'll pinpoint it here real quick. So 2 inches right there. I've already pinpointed it off camera, so it's going crazy there, moving it. Alright, so there it is, 2 inches. Let's see what we got. So we'll get a little bit of the macro pointer action in there before it, before I actually dig here. So there's the target right there. I've already hit it, so that little hole. But see? So.
That was a 4-inch dime.
That was a 4-inch dime, she just says over there. What year?
All up in the mud. Hold on.
All up in the mud. Yeah, it's pretty muddy. It's quite the mess. We'll go back to her. She takes forever to ID stuff and find stuff. Let's pop it. It should just be a little right there. 1989 dime. Oh, come on. And of course I hit a hard spot. It's been buttery smooth to dig little flaps here. And now as soon as I'm on camera, I have the worst problem. Yeah, well, I'm not doing it any justice. There's a big grass root there. Yeah, this grass sucks. It's really nice grass actually, so I hate that I'm tearing it up. Well, there it is right there. Let's see. So what year do we have? Let's zoom in here. And I can't tell. 95 it looks like. Looks like a 95. So yeah, pretty tough, pretty muddy. But it should grow back right together, no problem on days like this when it's just kind of tamp it back in there. Alright, 95 nickel, on to the next. There's this 70s quarter, 1970 quarter. It was right there like that. When I flipped the plug up, it was pretty cool. It was like the perfect plug flip. So right at about 3 inches down, 1970 quarter. Good stuff, good stuff. There it is. Get in the sunlight there. Not bad. On to the next. So I think there's like a mini coin spill where I just found that quarter, because right next to it, I ran the coil over it again, got a 58. I said, well, that's got to be a nickel at about 4 inches. So, and sure enough, there is the nickel. And then let's go over, let's close our little flap here. Super muddy, so hard to make a plug here. Look at the display. Another nickel. A little bouncy, but I'm pretty sure it's a nickel. Another one there. And 88.90 right here. So another quarter, it looks like here. So it looks like a little modern coin spill. It looks like someone went tumbling and bam, 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 bam. There, it seems to all be in a row right here. Listen to this. I'm pretty sure they're all coins too. So listen to the recovery. So there's a nickel. Another one. There's a quarter. I think that's just it. That one's shallow, so it's coming up as triple hits. Nickel. And I'm not sure what that other one is, but we'll dig this one, these other two, and we'll see what they are. Let's find out. Alright, well, it did indeed turn out to be a coin spill. Look at that. So there wasn't a quarter there. It was just one of the pennies on edge here. So they're all, let's see, a 70, another 70, and 88 zinc. And then what did I say this nickel was? Was an 82, it looks like. So pretty decent little spill. 3 pennies and a nickel. I don't know if they were all at the same time, being that zinc in there, and a couple from the 70s here. Oh, and she just found a 68 dime. She just hollered, getting pretty close. Good stuff so far. And now I probably dug 5 little slats plugs right here that were 4 inches to dig all of these. It was like a random spill, and then the soil's just kind of turned over, grass has grown on top. So not to toot my own horn, but try, it's not perfect either. There's some dirt on the top that I probably could have taken care of a little bit better, but try to make good, there's a worm right there. I should probably rebury him so he's not dead. But try to make it look good like this. Try to make it so the grass is undisturbed looking. If someone was just walking by, they're never going to see this. They're going to be like, oh, no one was ever here. So this is definitely the way you want to make your plugs. This is definitely the way you want to make your grass look. Even on the worst muddy conditions where they just watered the lawn and it's real muddy, try to make it look like this. Try to really take care of the grass, take care of your holes, get all your mud filled back in, tap it down good, and make it look good. I'm not tooting my own horn, I'm not preaching to anybody, but respect the hobby, folks. Respect the hobby. Anyways, 4 coins, 1 spot. Always like that. Always like coin spills. Good stuff. On to the next.
Forever to dig.
Yeah, it did take forever. This is how hard the ground is here, guys, on this section. We just dug that little cap, that little nut thing there. It's pretty large too. It rang up as 2 inches, and it was only 2 inches down. It rang up perfectly as like an 83 though, so we thought it was a dime. But yeah, just right there in that hole, a good 3 inches, maybe 2 inches down. And it took 10 minutes. She was ready to give up. I mean, yeah, it is crazy. Try to stick your knife in this dirt. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. That's what we're dealing with. And it's just because we're on this little road, right? This little gravel road, right? Yeah. Out there in the grass, it's the same thing. It's no different out where this grass is. So,
solid dirt.
Yeah, it's bonkers. But we're going to try to find 1 or 2 more, probably call it a video. Hope you're enjoying it so far. Find a couple more, see what's up. Alright, we abandoned the grass area because we were starting to find coins like in the 90s at like 5-6 inches deep, and well, that's just not what we want, is it? So we came out here in this hard, rough dirt, and a 61 penny right away. So there used to be a little playground right to the left of this tree. The Huntress is making a beeline out there. I'm going to run this little path along there, see what we get. A couple more coins, calling it a day. Alright, I'm running 2+ mode, or 2+ tone here, so got a real shallow target, so we'll listen to it here. $82, so should be a copper penny or a dime. Real shallow. So literally 1 inch right there under the coil. Let's dig it and find out what we got. And it was just a crown cap. So there it is. Crown bottle cap. So now, that rang up perfect, right? As an 82, 83. So we thought it was a penny or a dime, right? So let's go over it again and listen. Walk around it. You did that all day, right? So let's go to 3B. So that's your bottle cap mode. 3B for bottle caps. And let's see what happens now. See what it's doing? Way up high in the 90s, down into the 60s, 70s on a few passes. So now it's really no more of that 83. Look at that. It's missing some sweeps. Take it down to 3 tones again, and it's going to pick it up all day. Another thing you can do is put it right off the tail of right off the tip as well. And see how it starts to jump around like that? A coin won't do that. A coin will not do that. A coin will stay nice and sharp. So, but another quick way just to tell if it's a bottle cap if you're unsure, right there, 3B. And look at that. Another way to tell if it's a bottle cap on 3-tone, even though it's coming in nice and smooth. See my iron display here, how it's 4 bars? And that's not just because of the ground, even though this is really mineralized ground. It will show you that on the target every once in a while too. You'll see that kind of bump up a little bit. Silver coin, you're not going to see that. On a iron bottle cap or something, sometimes it'll pop up and sometimes it doesn't. So something to keep an eye on. You can't trust that iron thing. Sometimes it'll stay blank, sometimes it will fill up, and be honest. But 3B, just go to your tones, 3B. It'll get it to knock it out a little bit better than in 3-tone mode. So something to note for you Technetics guys, 3B, knock out those bottle caps. Alright, came into the grass for one final coin. Called it, okay, next coin, and then we're leaving, and then she found like 3 coins already, of course. So I think I got a quarter here. Pretty good, 89. About 3 inches right there. We will dig it and see what we get. Alright everybody, last coin of the day for me, 1985. Definitely turned out to be a quarter there. So it will go into the little macro finds pouch. That is one cool thing that came with this pointer, was this little macro pouch. I'll show you all about all the little stuff that came with it during the review. Wasn't the worst day, but wasn't the best day. Didn't get a ton of coins, but the problem is we didn't find any real old coins. We got into the silver range, both of us, but we didn't find any silver or any wheat pennies. The first day I was here I found a wheat penny, so I left, said I gotta go get the Huntress, and we come back and kind of got skunked, didn't we? So there's all her finds for the day. She got some 60s coins in there.
460s.
460s, so there's definitely potential here. We are going to come back here, I think, one day. Maybe after a good rain or a good snow, we might come back. Hold my quarter here, if you don't mind. Let's open up the macro. You want to open this up and pour out my finds while I hold the camera here. See what we got here today. Nothing like people that honk and don't walk up to the door like lazy assholes. Excuse the honking in the background. So there I got 3 nickels, a couple of pennies. I don't think I scored any dimes. Yeah, 1 dime today is all I scored. And then a couple of quarters. So it wasn't the worst day, wasn't the best day. Got this fake gold ring looking thing. So got some coins. No wheats like we wanted though. No silvers like we wanted. Hope you enjoyed the video all the same, guys. The TheHunterGT. The Huntress GT. We will be back here after a rainy day or after a snowy day, get some depth out there in the field where it's not so hard, not so nasty. We will see you next time on the next video. Take care everybody. Signing off, this is TheHunterGT. We will see you on the next one.